What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic Thursday. And yeah, we're back here with another video with what appears to be one of the largest. Actually, no, let's just say it is the largest. This is the biggest overhaul we've ever seen in the MSF. In the economy, in how the stores are. I don't know how I feel about it right now because there's so much on here. Courtesy of the envoys, thank you so much, guys, for getting this out to us, and of course as well. Let's dive in. It's gonna be a little bit of a longer video, so I'll try to try not to dabble too much, so it's straight to the point. But yeah, why are they making these changes? So over the time, inflation and rewards have gradually widened the gap on the player base, and problems like late game players receiving rewards they can't use and early game players being unable to progress. We've seen both sides of this in both my accounts, so for sure understandable. The resource scarcity you've experienced has been a side effect of interim fixes, and of course that 100% includes Marvel Strike Force is sustainable as a business. So end of the day, they got to make money, and obviously they're probably noticing that they aren't making money, so hence the changes. They want to address long-term inflation issues. They want to make player value and rewards clearer, more consistent. They want to ensure players at different progress levels across the game, resources most relevant to their rosters and their progression, and they want to update the chapter store with more resources and volume. And paying players, clearly they want to offer paying players, defined periods of exclusivity. So yeah, for sure, like I would definitely buy offers if I felt like the offers were worth it. And right now they have been okay for offers, but I've still kind of held off on spending because there's so many issues with the game right now, and yeah, I'm kind of on that boycott. But like I said, we'll have to see how these changes are. Make the game easier for newer players to understand. Make progressional feel more meaningful at different stages of the game, and reduce instances in which paying players make purchases with randomized elements or an uncertain outcome. As a free-to-play game, you should be able to play for free and have fun. If you choose to pay, you should feel like you're getting a premium experience. So yeah, I can vouch for that. I have paid for things, and I've definitely bought purchases in the game. And sometimes when I feel like I bought those purchases, I was like, wow, this didn't do crap. So yeah, if it makes it so that these offers are better, great. But again, this is just all words, right? What it means for your gameplay. So they want to introduce L4 and L5 and G21 into the chapter store. Hell yeah, like this should have been done months ago. I don't know why they didn't. Like, even if it wasn't G21, they should put L4 and L5 like the same time they put G20 into the store when we had to race for Professor X. I don't know why they gated it, and there's not really any excuses for that, right? More consistent acquisition of gold through objectives, more acquisitions of L4 training materials through Arena. So yeah, the Arena is going to get changed. They're revamping Arena, and they're taking the cores out. I had a feeling this was happening, and I mentioned it as well in my video because during their Q&A, they said they're revamping Arena. And I even said to myself, like, oh gosh, anytime they revamp something, it's gonna have some sort of implication, right? So anyways, yeah, so events become a key source for power cores. So yeah, I guess we're losing power cores in Arena, and we're getting them through the events now. Updated chapter store path for character availability, and main and gear stores now offer high tier content. Introduction of T4s into Cosmic Crucible. Yeah, now that's kind of crazy because a lot of people were doing Cosmic Crucible just for the competition side and getting the L4s, and now they want to add T4s to it and take away some of the other stuff. Yeah, I don't think people are going to be happy about that. For free-to-play players, this means more predictability across paths to the resources needed. So for premium players, early access and acceleration should feel more valuable. Grabbing some water. Okay, so what it means for you. So new to early game, you should feel like it's easier. Okay, fair enough. For mid-game players, the focus is smoother and making key resources more consistent. Okay, all right. For end game, rewards should better align with where you are in the game with less clutter as well. So harder adjustments will be made around baselines going forward. Expect that engagement will mean more to your progress. So now, I mean, I don't mind the engagement aspect, but there needs to be something for us to engage in, right? There needs to be content to play. There needs to be things to do, right? Getting full teams with only resource rewards will be the exception, not the rule, with decision making and the use of the chapter store and character shop more important. Team and character releases will build on each other and more important to progression. So I have an issue with that, because what that means is, I for myself, and again, I'm sure some people are, in the same boat. We only build certain teams up because of the fact that we have this resource crunch. And now, are you saying, like, is this point saying that if you miss a team, does that mean we're going to miss out on content? Does that mean we're not going to be able to progress? So as we've already seen with the Daring Warriors, you kind of need Winter Guard and you need champions to build into the, Eclipse, who's part of the Daring Warriors. So is that what they're alluding to? And now you kind of need the Daring Warriors for the upcoming Age of Fear. So I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like, again, they're forcing us to build certain teams, and they're not really allowing us that flexibility for it. Give us options, right? Give us choices, right? What's changing? So starting with the new age, so that's next week. Orange gear will be replaced by 1 million gold in the objectives. Oh, okay. I'm actually okay with that. That's actually quite a big gold. Introduction of new rewards package especially for 110 commanders, replacing smaller, lower impact. So the green and the So they're gonna add basically more gold influxes. Okay, so this is good. So obviously they're adding more gold, so that means they're probably taking it somewhere else. Like, we'll see where that is. Gold is the universal bottleneck for all players, and addressing this is our main. That's our main priority. So Arena is no longer gonna give out power cores. Instead, it's gonna give out L4s. Now, this is crazy because as far as I've been playing this game, Arena has always been about power cores. And now they are changing it so that it has training materials, which, I mean, I can see this both coins here. I can see it as a good thing, because maybe people will feel less pressure to, jump into Arena, right, and play the Arena. But alternatively, what about all the guys that spent and they got money for Annihilus, and so Annihilus keeps them in the top Arena shard, and they don't have to do anything. And it's not just Annihilus, like in the past, like Professor Xavier, Odin. And now they're totally scrapping that. They're removing the chapter credits, which, I mean, we didn't get that much chapter credits to begin with. It was like 2,000, per day in the top 10. So it wasn't like anything game breaking. Power cores, which is 500 per day if you're in the top 10. That's game breaking, right? 500 power cores gives you the ability to use it for health refreshes. You can use it for raids. You can use it for your energy refresh. Even as a new player, this is huge, right? So I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And they're adding L4 training materials, and I like how they don't even include like the breakdown of the L4s. Like for it to amount to an amount, like we can buy the L4 training materials from the store and from from the season store. So now they're gating it so that power cores is going to be a much more valuable resource, right? So I don't know how I feel about this. This is kind of crazy. Like, as far as, as long as I've been playing this game, it's always been about power cores, and people have pushed for the top teams, and people have built their teams around Arena teams. So now what you're saying is the next Arena team, whatever comes around, people aren't going to feel obligated to build that Arena team, because now it's just for training materials. And if the training materials is not an amount that's going to be substantial, then why the hell are we even building these teams? People would not have built Fantastic Four up the way that they have if it wasn't for the fact that they were so good, and also because they gave power cores. And yeah, I know people are gonna say, "Oh, Arena's boring. It's the same repetitive, battle over and over." And it is. I can concur with that. But the thing is the power cores have been able to allow free-to-play players and minimal spenders and even intermediate spenders and all that other stuff. The power core gives them the ability to they pivot. You can use it for energy. You can use it for health refreshes. Both Johnny and OG Diamond Dave said they used a substantial amount of power cores during the race. And now they're trying to take the power cores away. So I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I feel like this is going to have a lot of repercussions. I think people are going to be pissed off about this. So this is kind of crazy. As far as we've been playing Arena, right? I mean, yeah, they said they're going to have it in the chapter store, and you're gonna get more of it elsewhere, but not to the degree where we can get 500 a day, right? Like, that's really game changing. Wow. Cosmic Crucible, yeah. See, I don't like this already. See, it's gonna offer ability material. It's gonna offer ability materials, which I guess people were saying we need more of it, but now they're taking gold and the training materials and the chapter credits. And again, we had training materials already in Cosmic Crucible, and I didn't give a rat's butt about Cosmic Crucible because the rewards didn't mount to much. Like if you're to rank 1 versus rank 8 on your Cosmic Crucible shard, you maybe got like an extra 40 training materials, and I could literally buy that in the Blitz store, right? Or sorry, not the Blitz store, excuse me, the seasonal store, or the material store, right? So no, I don't like this at all, right? So now they're taking gold, they're taking the training, and they're taking the chapter credits. So like for the people that are doing Cosmic Crucible and they were trying to compete, this was a nice little incentive. Yeah, it wasn't a lot, but it was still an incentive, right? And now they're taking the gold away. Now that's not to say hopefully the gold that they take out is going back into another mode, like for example like the daily objectives or into the chapter store that they said. But it still blows me away that they would do that and not just leave it there. Why not just leave it there and add on top of it? So I don't know. Okay, chapter store. So they're bringing the L4, L5 ions to G21. Okay, so fine, that's good. Okay, that's from my perspective, that's good because now the free to play can get access to Blue Marvel. The free to play can start working on Annihilus. So this is good. This is really good. I feel like if there's anything worth noting from this blog, it's that, right? That's one of the biggest points, I think. So a new character is introduced into rotation, and around 3 weeks after initial release, the character is then added to a pool of 3 total possible characters, slot A. This character then moves into the 2 recent new ones, and you have a random chance to get one of the 3. And when the new character release arrives, the oldest one in slot A will be pushed down to a permanent slot, and this repeats with each of the new characters bumping out to the oldest one. So I think this is kind of the best way it shows. At the top is kind of like the newest, and then they kind of get bumped up, and then you kind of just go down like almost like a conveyor belt, right? And then when you get to the 100% spot, which is kind of where Sam is sitting, then you can kind of purchase it, right? So I like how they at least identified this part. I don't like how they changed it because it was like a permanent thing, and now they're saying they're leaving it to chance, right? Now you can't freely farm some of these characters at 100%, right? So I guess we'll see how that goes. What else is changing? So character shards are being removed from rotation. So this limited section, what's changing? Limited section. I'm not sure what that is. Must be an offer or something. And then they're adding G21s, L4, L5, and the gold aspect. So these updates are designed to make the chapter store a more targeted source of progression, especially for mid and end game. The gold update was added based on community feedback to improve gold access. Yeah, the gold access, how much gold are we talking about? Like, it should be a substantial amount, right? If they're taking character shards from this rotation, then they need to make sure that it's a decent amount, right? What else is changing? Okay, so they're doing cost reductions, so they're going to bring G20 down, G19, so that's great. I haven't been buying G20s, but that means for the next store, they're going to get reduced, which is great. They're also going to increase quantities of, it looks like L4, Catalyst, Awakened Materials, Origin Gear, and Crimson Uniques. So that's nice. So they're increasing that at least. I'm curious to see how much training materials they're going to bring up. They're also, I think I already talked about that. Sorry, whoops. Orbs and power cores. We've also heard consistent feedback on low certainty systems, especially those that players spend without guaranteeing progress. So we're currently evaluating the role power cores play. With power cores continuing to be an important, while power cores continue to be an important currency across the game, we're exploring the change they may reduce their use in acquiring new characters during the initial release, and our goal is to create a system where players have a more clear way to unlock characters and spend at any level. So yeah, this explains why they've decided to move away from the power cores, because they're trying to make us less rely on it, right? These changes are part of a stronger path forward. They represent a shift, and while the systems are changing, the goal is to create a healthier balance that supports all types of players, from new and to longtime veterans, and we'll be carefully monitoring this rollout, tuning changes to ensure they're achieving the intended goals. So like I said, there's a lot going on here, and I think, like I said, the biggest improvement is this G21 and L4 and L5 ions, at least for the free to play. What's not good is that, like I said, the arena aspect, right? They're taking away the power cores, and they're trying to make it so that we're less reliant on power cores. So what that means is you guys will most likely have to, if you have power cores right now, I would hold off on using any of it at least until we figure out what's going on here. Keep it as a close resource. The same thing happened with those Blitz Orbs, if you guys recall, last year. They were a good source of gold for us, and then they totally revamped it and took it away. So this is how I feel right now about the power cores. And I feel like this is just their way of trying to take something else away from us. And yes, you know what? They are adding the G21s and the L4 and L5 islands. That's fine. But why couldn't they just keep, you know, why couldn't they just keep the arena the way it is and then just add the training materials on top of the power cores? That I feel like would have a very, very good feedback and reception from everyone versus trying to take something out and then revamp it. Like power cores, people are, yes, maybe even with the characters not coming out and relying on power cores anymore solely, I still feel like power cores are very flexible, right? You can use it for raids, you can use it for refreshes, you can use it for health refreshes, you can use it for Dark Dimension, you can use it for energy, you can use it for leaderboard events. So why do they have to limit that? And again, they keep going back to this engagement aspect at the start where, you know, you have to make sure where the heck is it? You have to make sure you're engaged, right? And I don't know if yeah, we're gonna have to see here how it goes because the engagement aspect, like what does that mean? You know, are we playing the game more? Are we you know, we have to watch every objective like a hawk and make sure we don't miss anything? Like what is engagement, right? And that's what I want to know. But anyways, yeah, this is a little bit longer than I wanted, so apologies there. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these changes. I for sure, like, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm happy that they're finally adding L4s and L5s. This is way overdue. They should have did this months ago. And the fact that they're bringing in G21 confirms at least we can slowly start making progress, right, for Annihilus. And so I'm excited about that. Unfortunately, I'm very curious to see how many we can get, what we can get. And of course, now people have the balance between L4s and L5s and G21 and gold. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it right now, but we'll see how it goes when it does go live, I guess. And we'll see if there's anything on the blog about it tomorrow as well. Other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Hopefully, you guys are able to catch the live stream between me and Rage. And hopefully you guys were able to get some questions in as well. Other than that, guys, always appreciate your input. Always appreciate your time. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys.